Hello, I'm Dr. Orit Kent from Pedagogy of Partnership, and I'm excited to talk to you today about cultivating wonder in your classroom. When we look at the blessings on the Torah when someone is called to the Torah for an aliyah, they both end the same way. Blessed are you, God, who gives the Torah. This is strange because it seems that the blessings should say, gave the Torah. Jewish tradition teaches us that the blessings say God gives the Torah and not gave the Torah, because every day when we study, it is being given again. In particular, when we study the text and offer new wonderings and new interpretations, it is as if the Torah is being given at that moment. While this is uniquely true of the Torah, this philosophy also provides a model for how we think about other meaningful content. Wonder becomes a way of relating to what we are studying that makes it alive, growing, and in conversation with us. In the next few minutes, we are going to journey through 4 big ideas that can help you make wonder an essential feature of your class. To begin, let's call to mind a stance upon which wonder rests. The stance is, the text may have multiple meanings and may need my peers and me to bring them to light. We activate this important stance through the practice of wonder, and we cultivate wonder in the following 4 ways. Number 1, choose good text partners. I'm going to repeat this again because it is so essential. Choose good text partners. If we want students to experience wonder and immerse in the depth and complexity of the text, then we have to present texts that can really be a partner to them. So what makes a text a good partner? Number 1, it has something potentially meaningful. Also, it contains some important ambiguities, while at the same time having enough information for students to come up with multiple ways of addressing that ambiguity. For example, Hillel's famous statement, "If I'm not for myself, who will be for me? When I am for myself, what am I? And if not now, when?" is a great interpretive text because they are instructions for life. Yet the middle question, "when I am for myself, what am I?" has an unclear, ambiguous meaning, while the statements before and after give us clues for multiple possible meanings that it might contain. Number 2, speech prompts. Let's talk about speech prompts. Speech prompts are the high-leverage technology we use to build a culture of wonder. Language like, "I notice," gives students an ideal on-ramp to pay close attention to the text, because every student, no matter their skill or knowledge level, can notice. Noticing language then leads to language of, "I wonder," moving students from what they noticed to what it makes them wonder about. Other prompts such as, "I want to build on what you just said," or "Is there another way of understanding that?" are not just scripted phrases. They are the behaviors that begin to shape our habits of thought, our ways of relating to the text and to each other in a way that holds wonder and curiosity at their core. Choose prompts to integrate into your teacher talk, to model for students how this language can propel deep learning, and help your students use this language by putting it on cards and posters and embedding it in learning routines. Number 3, generating and gathering wonderings. An absolutely wonderful tool for developing a culture of wonder in your class is to have platforms for generating and collecting student wonderings and questions. One example of this is the Noticing and Wondering text learning routine. In this routine, one partner reads while the other is free to follow along and focusing on noticing the details of the text and wondering about them. The partners switch roles throughout reading the text to give them each the chance to practice these skills. The routine also provides a chart to collect these noticings and wonderings to fuel the student conversations further. Collecting wonderings is in and of itself a powerful and highly motivating move for students. Beyond the routine, an additional way you can do this is by having a designated place in your physical or digital classroom where students can put up their wonderings This creates a communal wonder zone that makes it clear that this part of the process is deeply valued. From there, you can choose a few wonderings to propel the next step in the class's learning of a text. Number 4, invest in student partnerships. Getting better at learning in partnership is student work, not just a means to an end. Developing a relationship with another person to learn texts is as much an outcome as the packets the students have or the physical assignments that they are writing. Nurturing this kind of relationship is a process, and putting students in the same chavruta pair over some period of time in order to get better at it supports them to engage in this work. However, it isn't time alone that will get students there. We must also equip them with the right tools to help them build up the skills they need. 3 specific tools you can utilize are chavruta warm-ups, which helps students identify both their strengths and growth areas and how they can support one another. Chavruta check-ins are a way for students to touch base and notice, how is their partnership shaping up? How is it affecting their learning? What are they enjoying, and what adjustments do they still need to make? Reflections help students to articulate what they learned from being in partnership, including what each partner helped the other notice or wonder about in the text. So how do these skills overall connect to wonder? The stronger the relationships students have with each other, the more confident they are going to feel about offering wonderings and ideas, even those not fully formed, with each other, ultimately leading to sophisticated interpretations. Additionally, practicing this together in chavruta makes sure that the vital skills of wonder don't just remain within a few vocal students in a large group context, but with each and every one of them. By incorporating these elements into your class, whether by focusing on one at a time or layering them into your class routines, you are planting and tending to the growth of a culture of wonder. In doing so, you are empowering your students to construct a direct and personal connection with what they are learning. By being the ones who engage with the content, develop the questions about it that truly matter to them, and who pursue their questions in relational conversation, the relationships they are creating truly belong to them. And as our tradition makes clear with every aliyah, that is something worth blessing.